Okay, this is going to be a bit of a overview or orientation. We're going to talk about the background that brought us to where we are now, and it also is going to cover some of the. Um, we're going to have individual topics that we're going to cover. There's a range of them: property casualty, BOP policies, business auto policies, business owners policies, employment practices, liability, very, very important to have a good understanding of EPLI or the coverages, and especially in the restaurant industry. We'll also touch on subjects such as the tax and legal. I'll do a deal on lease agreements as an example, and it's just going to be a lot of things. Some might be a little bit investment, some might be a little bit of tax again, and certainly some legal. Uh, to that end, uh, I tell people, in spite of the fact that I've been doing insurance since 1979, and that I have approximately 10 professional designations that cover a range of things from insurance risk management, financial planning, estate planning, benefits, uh, trucking, contractors, there's a lot of them, restaurant, um, that these are opinion only. Um, I am not an original thinker. I've never had an original thought. So everything that I'm explaining is going to be from, if you're a fellow insurance professional, uh, I have three sources where I get my information, and the Insurance Journal Academy, Patrick Ray and Terry Tadlock and Casey Roberts and Frederick Fisher with EPLI and David Thompson, Chris Boggs, a number of Bill Wilson, Chris Emmine, a number of some of the best and most talented people in the business. And then my middle area is the National Alliance. They now call themselves I think the Institute of Risk and Insurance Research or Management, whatever they're calling themselves now. Very good folks. The founder I've known quite well, and he knows me. It's probably the largest designation group in the insurance industry. It's Dr. William Holt. Know a number of the instructors and people over there. Of course, some of them aren't there any longer, passed away or retired, and but some of the key people that are over there: Alan Messer, Jerry Hardgrove, of course, Betty Duff, a few other folks over there. They know me and I know them. So I've learned a lot from those folks. And three of my designations are from that group. In fact, my take on it is, um, I even though I have a lot of designations, I don't think we should judge people solely on how many designations they have. But some of the best and brightest in the industry do have professional designations. And one of them I would say um, that everybody should have would be the CISR, the uh, Insurance Service Representative designation through the National Alliance. Um, lastly, of the groups I interact with, I'm involved with the International Risk and Management Institute, called IRMI, and Jack Gibson out of Dallas. And they're very good, probably more advanced, more technical, and everything else. So those are all the background information that I get from them. And I always say, we're agents are commissioned salespeople, and it never hurts to have a second opinion. So my basis for talking about this is when I got out of the military in '79, I started off in claims and claims management. I got involved everything, every possible claim you could think of. Was a stormtrooper, insurance arson, insurance investigator, handled all kinds of claims. Started with Bill Berkeley's company, Union Standard. Then I moved to INA, which Insurance Company North America, which was the largest commercial insurance company uh, uh, before Travelers merged with Aetna. And then I was ended up in my 20s in the regional office with Underwriters Adjusting, which was owned by Continental Insurance Group. And we worked, of course, covering or handling Continental Insurance claims and claims for a number of other carriers as an independent adjusting firm that was owned by Continental Insurance Group. And I was in the regional claims, 14 officer four state area with Continental. I did get hired away with a Plano law firm. I was involved in the pre-lit side and for 2.5 years. And, like I said, when I was in the regional office, I was in my 20s, mid to late 20s. And then I moved over to that. And in my early 30s, I started working as an insurance agent. And that's when I started acquiring, my professional designations and training. We've been doing restaurants as a area, especially, I guess, uh, since 1986. So we're going on 40 years in that. Um, but I have handled and written business, pretty much everything under the sun. Car dealerships, of course, garage risk, uh, manufacturing, professional liability, contractors, manufacturers, wholesalers, funeral directors, beauty salons, you name it, I've done it. In fact, the only ones I haven't been involved with are as let's say, a commercial specialist is the oil and gas, uh, ocean marine, and I don't do that in aviation. And so pretty much, just about anything over the years we've gotten involved in. So, but in the business, of course, there's like anything else, three levels of knowledge: know nothing, know everything, and dumb it down. And I had a guy named Richard or Dick Clark who uh, was with a company called Lanier Company, and he wrote uh, directors and officers policies, um, and he worked with Fortune 500 people. And I my second designation, I was in the founding class of the Certified Risk Managers Program through the Alliance, and Dick did a class, and I was very impressed with it. And so, as I usually do, on break a lot of times I go up and converse with the instructors, or when I'm in the classes, I actually participate, sometimes providing, information that would be of value to the other folks that are in there. Some of the best and most talented people in the business, what we call mid-market agents and everything else. So when we talked about everything, I was complimenting him, and he said, "Frank, do you know what I'm talking about, him being an expert and everything else." He said, "You know what an expert is?" And I said, "No, what is it?" He said, "It's a lifetime student of your craft." And I have had people in the business who I think appreciate um, what level I'm at and everything else. And the question they asked of me is, "You should be teaching and everything else." And I said, "Well, first off, I'd rather collaborate and work with other people. I do have a lot of health challenges now. heart and, carotid artery and, you know, um, the tumor taken out, whatever. So I got all this stuff going on, congestive heart failure, you know, moderate to severe neuropathy. But I told them that um, the reason why I don't teach is because I'm still too busy learning. And, you know, Myron Steves, who passed away at 104, they asked him one time, uh, you know, uh, how he had attained the level of success he had. And he just said, if he was giving advice to younger people, say, always be learning. So I kind of categorize people as two things. Either they're pros, or they want to be associated with pros. So we're always trying to move, upward, but you have to understand, and this is my caveat, that the responsibility for making sure that your coverage, the non-delegable responsibility for making sure your coverage is acceptable or proper, is not the agent. It is actually the insured. And you have to accept the fact that myself and the rest of the people out here, we are commissioned salespeople. And so uh, I I think it I have no problem with anybody reviewing whatever programs I've had. In fact, I've yet to come into an account, uh, and I do focus on commercial mainly, small medium-sized business owners, and I'll find something wrong with it. But we do have some programs in place. One of the ones that I really like, fairly idiot-proof, not totally idiot-proof, I think, but it's called the Business Owner's Policy. So there are programs that, that are of value, but we also have to accept the fact that it comes down to, the policyholder, whether they're listening to this communication or you're having a discussion with them. And of course, we do believe in the fiduciary standard of conduct, which means not only do we have to operate at the highest level of integrity and honesty, but we always have to do what's in the client's best interest. So we're okay with sharing knowledge and learning from each other and working with folks. So that's kind of introduction in summarization. And then what we're going to do is I'm going to obviously be doing these, Zoom recordings, and people can share them. I don't have a problem with that, and hopefully this starting point will be of value to the people we really care about. Thank you.